Hello, everybody. This is me again, Russell Mills. It is May 30th, 2017, on a Tuesday. I just wanted to say good morning to everybody, and I hope everybody's blessed. But I'm going to say this again. I did some videos talking about racism, and I was talking about prejudice about white people and black people, and it's like, here's what I'm going to say. You know, black folks, we need to wake up. Okay? Stop hating each other. Why are we hating each other? That's the question. Why do we have to hate each other? Why do we have to kill each other in the streets? You know, what is wrong with us as a race? I don't understand sometimes. We take the time to disrespect each other in the streets. We disrespect our women. The women disrespect the men. I don't understand that. It's a shame, but it's funny. The more and more we do that, the worse it's going to be for us. And we don't take the time to care. And it's a shame that, you know, there used to be a time where black people used to really love each other. And they used to take the time to actually help out each other the right way. And not helping each other by giving us poison like liquor and weed just to try to help each other, because that's not a favor. Because people today, they think that if you do them a favor like that, you're really helping them. You're not really helping them. You're feeding them poison. And it's like, this is even with just in the communities. It's like our community is full of hatred. You know, the hood is full of hatred. The hood is full of just animosity, envy, jealousy, all types of evils of this world. And it's like, and I say to us as black people, why? You know, why can't we just think about coming along, get together, get our money together, and like I said before, it's like if you take 10,000 black people times $20, okay, that's over $200,000 of black money. If you took 20,000 black people times 20, that's over $400,000 of black money. So I'm saying to myself, why don't we come up with these concepts? Why don't we take the time to think about the ownership? It's like, do we want to be slaves and be having people telling us what to do all the time? I think that's just foolish. I think that's just foolish, dumb. It's aggravating. You know, it's very aggravating that we take the time. We don't even take the time to care. But we'll embrace a white person. We'll embrace Asian people. We'll embrace everybody else that don't look like us. And we'll play it safe with them. And I just don't understand that. We'll play it safe with every other race except for our own. But we look at ourselves as the enemy. We look at ourselves as like, you know what it is with us as black people? We're brainwashed. We're fools. We're brainwashed. We think by insulting each other and trying to hurt each other, you know, or getting rid of, you know, that black person, you know, we're doing justice for ourselves and our community. I think that's stupid. It's like, we already have a lot of black people in prisons anyway, okay? Even for crimes they did, for crimes they didn't do, okay? Doing a lot of time. And it's like, I just don't get it. You know, I don't want to go to prison, okay? Prison ain't built for me, okay? I don't want to get arrested, so I don't want to be labeled a statistic, okay? Because they like to see us in the prison systems anyway. So like I said to the, you know, people, you know, let's wake up. Let's wake up. Let's stop acting like assholes and stop just doing the right thing. Just love your people, man. White people do it all the day. You know, Latino community, which is, they're African too, they love the community. I see that every day. I've seen it. I've seen how they will give each other bread, juice, water, whatever, do a favor, fix each other's car, watch each other's kids, you know what I mean, in that community. But we don't want to do that as much. And it's like, you know, sometimes we just have bad intentions as black people. I just don't get it. And I'm not going to sit back and say some white people don't have bad intentions, because of course they do. They've been had bad intentions, you know. Like I said, they don't like us anyway. But like I said, at the end of the day, as black people, we have to stop criticizing each other. For what? We keep acting like we're the enemy. We keep acting like we're the fools. And it's like, I just don't understand that. It's like, where does that come from? Where does that mindset come from? Because, you know, I live in a town right now where it's like, it's mostly white people, and I see how they get along. I see how they move. I see how they pay attention. And it's like they pay attention in a way that we don't. And they just love to just do things together. They love to help each other out. And I'm saying to myself, why can't we just think the same way? All I want black people to do is get out of that slave mentality and start thinking about ownership. Owning your own hospitals, owning your own car dealerships, owning your own apartment complexes, just having your own businesses of all aspects. Investing your money, have stocks and bonds, you know, have all types of investments. Just think about getting your mind out of the hood for a little bit, and, you know, get your mind into investments and a mind into certain things. You know, all we need to do is come together, but we don't want to come together. We think it's better to do things separately, and it's like the more that we do things separately, the worse it's going to be off, and that's the bottom line. You know, when we put things together as we have in the past, you know, whether we marched, you know, for our rights and justice in this country, whatever the case is. But we came together. And when we came together, we made a difference. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm going to say this to black people this generation like myself. We should be ashamed of ourselves, because our ancestors went through hell and back for us to be in the position that we are in today. Okay? Our ancestors are turning over in their graves right now of some of the foolishness and crap that we're going through, that we put ourselves through. And I just don't understand that. It's like, do you even care about your ancestors? Do you even care about the people that came before you, that actually took the time to sacrifice their life for us today? I don't think anybody thinks about that. I don't think anybody even cares about that. I don't care what race you are. Okay? You know, we all have this attitude like we're better than people. Who are we better than? Okay? People have these ideas in their head that, oh, you know, I'm better than him, or I'm better than him, or I'm better than her. No, nobody's better than anything. Anybody, I should say. So let's stop. Let's take the time to just stop with the foolishness, stop with the racism, stop with the hating on black people, stop hating on this person. You know what I mean? Understand people for who they are. But people don't want to understand each other. They want to judge. They want to act like fools. They want to be, you know, they just want to be worse. I just don't understand that about people. We need to stop. Okay, we need to love each other. We need to take the time to love each other. Okay, like I said in other videos, yes, you know, do I love black people? Yes, I do, because I am black. Do I hate the foolishness that I see in our race? Yes, I do. Okay, do I hate to see black people sell their souls for money all the time? Yes, I do. Falling for the crap that, you know, we don't need to fall for. And like I said, having ownership is a good thing, because every white person that, you know, we beg for a job, they're the owners, or they're in charge. So like I say, you know, do we want to be the slaves, or do we want to be the owners? Okay, yes, have we came a long way? We've came a long way, but it still ain't enough. There are black leaders out there Some that get credit and some that don't. And there's not enough of there's not enough of us out there. And some of us are afraid to speak because they don't want to get shut down by the powers that be, which is the white man, okay, by the government, by by people in the White House, okay. So this is why some of us, shut our mouths, because we don't want our dollars to be crumbled, okay. That's why people keep their mouth shut, because they don't want their dollars to be, in jeopardy. So that's why some people, they don't like a loudmouth nigga like me, because I say certain things and they don't like it. Yes, to some degree, do I have to, not say certain things? Of course, because I don't want to get arrested. And I know the fact that I'm black, if I say certain things, I will get arrested. So this is why, yeah, sometimes I have to tone down, only to a certain degree. But yeah, sometimes I have to tone down, not because I want to. It's because I'm forced to, and it's like, that sucks. Because trust me, I have a lot on my mind, but unfortunately, the problem is who really wants to hear it. And I don't know. It's just, it's frustrating to me as a black man, how much, we've came a long way, but at the same time, we're also, still further behind. And it's like, I don't like it. I think it's crazy. I just don't understand it. I think it's sad. And like I said earlier, our ancestors would be turning in their graves right now, seeing some of the dumb shit that we're doing as black people, when they sacrificed everything, when they were getting beat up, whipped and chained, and disrespected, and been calling boy and nigger and all these other stuff. And we're doing that in our own community, calling ourselves that. And then the white man's still doing that anyway, still disrespecting us. And we're allowing it. And it's like, we also co-sign the bull crap that the white man and white woman do. We co-sign it all the time. Oh, it's all right. They're not racist. They're not this and not that. And it's like, okay. Just because you surround yourself with a bunch of black people, that don't mean you can't be racist. Remember that. There's a lot of pretenders in this world, a lot of cowards in this world. So that's the difference, with me. If I don't affiliate myself with certain people that I don't really care for. That's it. But it's like, yeah, I said in another video that white people are cowards. Yes, some of them are cowards because they don't speak their mind. They're great listeners, and a lot of them, a lot of white people, they will use that, them listening to their advantage over a black person. Because if we say the right things to them, then they can screw us over by all means. And that's why they're great listeners. That's why they, when it comes to other races, they're great listeners. So if we say the wrong thing, next thing we know, we're getting screwed by them because all they did was listen but not even talk. So that's one of their methods that they use against us all the time. So, they like to either keep quiet. So if they keep quiet, don't say anything, now you can plot and plan if this person tries to say the wrong thing to you again. Now you could use their own words against you. So wake up, black people. Stop acting like that white people don't do that. They do that at the jobs. They control everything at the jobs. Come on. They control everything. So let's stop. Let's stop and act like that they don't have the keys to the lock. They do. Trust me. And let me tell you something. If it wasn't for affirmative action, black people wouldn't be working anyway. Because trust me, they didn't want us working anyway at the end of the day. Okay? They wanted us to stay destitute and let us stay poor for the rest of our lives. They didn't want to see a black person ever in power. And when we get in power, it's so funny that, we get empowered, but then we have all these white people around us that we hire. And you know what, though? Let me tell you something. They're probably plotting and planning every single move if you mess up. Trust me. So, we think by surrounding ourselves with a whole bunch of white men and women They're going to do the job. But trust me, if your company goes into bankrupt, they're going to be the first to split and say, see ya. You think they won't? Of course they will. So like I said, us as black men and women, let's wake up, man. Stop acting like slaves. Stop acting like fools. Don't you want to own something down the road? Don't you want to have some type of money in the bank? Don't you want to have something to leave for your children down the road instead of debt? Don't you want your children out of the hood? Don't you want your children out of that hood mentality? Stop being so damn angry all the time, as we are as a race, and too damn emotional. So we have to stop that. Stop not making excuses for ourselves as black people. Let's stop making these excuses, because you hear these white people, they try to find all ways to try to make money and try to take care of themselves and their families all the time. And why ain't we doing the same thing? Are there some of us that do that? Yeah, there are some of us that are doing that have stocks, bonds, that that are actually taking the time to do what we have to do. Absolutely, but it's like there are some that are not doing it. So, like I say to the black people, let's step up on, let's step it up a little bit more. Let's love ourselves a little bit more. Let's think about the future. So when things happen like funeral costs or hospital bills, we could actually, have our own escrow fund for ourselves as a black community that we can touch, and we can help out our own just as well. But how many of us are really thinking that? How many of us are really taking the time to think about an escrow for our own communities? Or we're going to always ask the question, who's going to be the person in charge of that money? How do you know this one ain't going to steal and that one's going to steal? It's a shame that we don't trust. Because trust me, all these businesses that we go into, whether it's a food business, whether it's a doctor's business, whether it's whatever type of business, and they're ran by white people, we have no problem entering in their facilities. But and how do you think they did it? They got help. So I'm just going to say this in this video. Like I said, I hope everybody has a good day. This is how I feel. This is my opinion. You can like it. I hope this goes to YouTube. I don't know if it will. I've been having problems trying to upload videos. But I just hope everybody has a good day. If you ever see this video, you can comment on it, make a like, whatever. If you don't, if it ever sees the light of day, okay, it is what it is. But I just hope everybody has a good day. Take care. Bye.